prerequisites. 2 things that I did that you have to do. You have to do. You just have to do it. Like, you just have to do it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe because this is where people love to stay. So today we're going to get right into the video of how I lost 10 pounds in 30 days. This was without a gym, without counting calories, and without extreme cardio. This had to do with insulin. It had nothing to do with willpower. So if you want to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, this is how you're going to lose your first 30 to 40 pounds by doing all these tips that I'm getting ready to say right here into the video. Let's get into it. So if you are insulin resistant, everything that I'm about to say is going to make so much sense to you. If you are a person who has been doing everything right, like you're not a person who eat fast food all the time, like you're doing the right things and the scale still does not go down, hopefully this video is able to make you feel seen and make you try something different that you hadn't tried before. So hopefully this video is your breakthrough. I once was 255 pounds. I lost over 50 pounds in 5 to 6 months by controlling my insulin. Now, during about 7 months, I had gained some weight back. And so my starting weight was 229 pounds. And like I said, I lost 10 pounds in my first 30 days. So I knew that because I had gained some of that weight back, I had to get like my insulin back under control. I was also dealing with like a lot of inflammation and a lot of PCOS symptoms was starting to come back, you know, with my menstruals and things like that. The girls who get it, you know, you get it. The key is I stopped like forcing weight loss. For some reason, it's like even though we know what to do, like some of us who know what to do, we watch a video and we see a tip and we do that tip even though we know it doesn't work well for our body. Like it's not going to work for our body, but we still do it knowing it don't work. And I don't know why that is, but that's what I was doing. And so I literally had to stop like fighting with my body and start working with my body. That was like step number 1. I have to discuss mindset. I know mindset is in every single video, but I'm going to talk about mindset in a way that you have probably never heard it before when it comes to weight loss. Weight loss does not equal calories alone. It is not about calories in, calories out. Like I said, my specialty and what I focus on is insulin resistance. And so if you are insulin resistant, it's not calories alone. Also, insulin controls fat storage. Like you have to understand that every single thing that you eat is controlling how much fat that you are storing. So that's something that you have to keep into your mind as you are consuming food, as you are eating throughout the day. When insulin stays spiked, your body cannot lose fat. When your insulin is stable, it's automatically in fat burning mode. That's how I'm able to lose weight without going to a gym. To sum all of that up is my mindset was to stop focusing on eating less, but to change my mindset to focus on eating things that spike my insulin less. Tip number 1, stop eating things that spike your insulin all day long. So what I actually ate, and this is what I did. I'm not a nutritionist. Like you guys can do this at your own will. Okay, now since we got the disclaimer out the way, this is what I did. I put on my calendar 10 days. I did it in my notes actually. So I wrote down 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. 7 of those days, my meals were moderate protein, low to no carbs. Like the only carbs came from the protein or different sources that I was eating are from the vegetables. So my carbs came from low glycemic vegetables, not from like bread or anything like that. So that was the construction of my days for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got at least 30 grams of protein in each meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I made sure that I had a vegetable with each time or in breakfast, I always started my day off with some type of chia pudding or soaked chia seeds that I made a smoothie out of, because chia seeds have fiber. And so instead of me having a vegetable for my first meal, yuck, I had a like turkey sausage and my like protein soaked chia pudding, because I would, instead of using just regular like oat milk or some type of plant-based milk to make the chia pudding that you probably see online, I did mine with a protein shake. So a cup of a protein shake or protein milk instead. 2 days out the week, that's when I focus on my complex carbs. During this time, you guys, I did not eat any fruit except for that 1 day a week. And so the day that I focused on my complex carbs, I also focused on fruit. And that fruit looked like berries. I only had strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. It was no bananas or any watermelon or anything like that. They were only berries. And I did that on my carb day. I only had one carb day in this 10-day cycle. I only had 2 carb days in this 10-day cycle, but they were complex carbs. They were not simple carbs. For bread, I had Ezekiel bread. For like noodles, I did a banza noodle. I did some type of bean noodle, because beans are a higher glycemic index as well. We'll get to that in a whole other video. So on those carb days were my days to kind of let loose, but let loose responsibly. Like everything was intentional. And then 1 day out the week, it was my plant-based day. And so on my plant-based day, I'm not vegan. I'm not trying to go vegan. I was vegan once for 4 years, not trying to do that again. But on my plant-based day is where I would make my own homemade plant-based soups. I would, everything that I consumed was plant-based. During this time, you guys, I'm not counting calories. I'm not worried about calories. And I'm keeping everything lower glycemics. Only potatoes I'm eating are sweet potatoes, and those are only on my complex carb days. And that is only 2 days out of a 10-day cycle. So during this time, you guys, I have completely stopped eating cane sugar. I still have stopped eating cane sugar. I have lost over the 10 pounds now, but this is what I did to lose my first 10 pounds. And so on the days of my carb day that I'm having, my complex carbs, those are the days that I also, like I said, I have my berries, I have, a drizzle of honey, all like those little, because honey is very high in carbs, you guys. It's very high in sugars. So those are the days that I'm eating all of that, because you're going to do this for 30 days, but it's in a 10-day cycle. That means that you will have 3 10-day cycles. I need you to figure out whether you want your 2 days to be carbs I need you to figure out whether you want your days to be carbs or your days to be fats. And when I say fats, I mean healthy fats. And so if you are a person who can eat red meat, you're going to go with, your ribeye steak or your fattier ground beef or just your fattier meat. You're going to have probably more avocado that day. Remember, everything is complex and healthy fats. Also, during this time, I'm not eating fast food, you guys. Like, I'm cooking at home because I can control the sodium. I can control every single thing that's going on with my body. I did not mix the days. So I didn't have complex carbs for breakfast, and then for dinner, I had like a heavier fat meal. No, like that would have been a complex carb meal too. Number 2 is, y'all probably didn't heard this almost in every video. In every single probably weight loss video or health video, you didn't heard this term. Intermittent fasting. I believe in it. It's literally like a cheat code. And so during this time, I picked an 8-hour window that I wanted to eat in. And 16 hours I was fasting. Of course, most of those 16 hours I was asleep, but I picked that 8-hour window that I wanted to eat in. You could pick any 8-hour window. If you a person who like, when I get up, I gotta have breakfast. If I get up at 7, by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I gotta be eating, well then eat. I'm not a person who says that you shouldn't be eating before noon. I see like all of that stuff out there. Listen, eat when how your rhythm is, but just keep it in an 8-hour window. I did not snack. I did not graze. I did not have a taste of things. I literally had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I ate 3 times a day in that 8-hour window. And I'm telling you guys, it's literally like the weight just starts melting off of you. Like the fat just starts melting, and it's not just this water weight, it's real fat loss. You'll wait until I was really hungry to say, do I just want to snack on something, or am I really hungry? If it just felt like I can eat, but I wasn't hungry, I didn't eat. I waited till I was hungry, then I sit down and I had my lunch or my dinner or whatever. But I waited until it was time for me to actually have a whole meal before like I would consume anything. So this is how you don't have to count calories. This is how I'm not counting macros. Number 3 is I did not go to the gym. I did not run. I did not lift weights. I did not do any of this. I literally took it back to the basics and I walked. I didn't walk 10,000 steps. I didn't do all of that. I said, okay, I think 6,000 to 7,000 steps a day, like I can do, because I normally like get 5,000 steps a day without even trying. So if I just really try to get a little bit more movement, an extra 2,000 steps is not that much. So I'm going to focus on getting 7,000 steps a day. And that's what I did. That was not running. That was not doing craziness. And then in the morning, I told myself I'm going to start off with walking for 15 minutes. I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. If you're in a place that's cold and you can't go outside, walk around your house for 15 minutes. So I'm doing this in a fasting state. And when I tell you also, just to go back for a second, when I intermittent fast, it was not set the whole 30 days. Depending on like my menstrual cycles and things like that, sometime I didn't want to break my fast to 11 or 12. Sometime I needed to break my fast at like 8:30 because I was up at 7. So I really listened to my body, and it was like, are you really hungry? Yeah, well, go ahead and break your fast. But guess what? I still stuck in that 8-hour window. I just moved it. I didn't like stick to this firm, eating window other than the 8 hours, but the time frame of that 8 hours changed, if that makes any sense. So I just focused on light movement consistently, 15 minutes when I got up, and then throughout the day after I would eat, instead of like sitting down, I would just walk maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and I would keep it at that. And then like I just would kind of constantly get movement throughout the day. And so I hit my 7,000 steps every single day, unless it was like my plant-based day. Now, like I said, I was on a 10-day cycle. And so my plant-based day, I usually only hit about 4,000 to 5,000 steps. I didn't want to go overboard because plant-based foods are naturally lesser in calories. And so since I'm not consuming that many calories on that day, I did not want to overexalt myself, get a appetite, because the more sugar and glycogen stores that you're burning through from movement, whether it's light movement or heavy movement, your body is gonna want food. And so to stick to it, I did not do like intentionally hit 7,000 steps on my plant-based day, and I never did. And then on my carbs day, my complex carbs day that I had 2 times a week, I would do a low impact workout, like a 30-minute low impact workout that I would find on YouTube. So I would do my 7,000 steps that day plus a low impact cardio for 30 minutes. And that was it. So I knew on my carb days, I would have to do that 30-minute workout, low impact workout, just so I knew that I was doing something steady for 30 minutes. But I always make sure it was low impact. It wasn't like HIIT or anything like that. It was just to get some, extra burning of that, so everything could stay consistent. When it comes to fluids, you guys, okay, I don't drink alcohol. I know that that's a big thing. And so if you're watching this, like, I would say don't watch any of this. Like, see if you can go 30 days without drinking alcohol first. because that is literally like a prerequisite to like really having something stick, because you know exactly what you're consuming. Your cortisol levels are staying good, because alcohol messes up your sleep. It messes with your cortisol levels, like I said, which in return messes with your insulin. And if you're insulin resistant, that alcohol like alone, no matter how much you're working out, no matter how much you're doing, it's literally like you fighting yourself out of a wet paper bag. And so I don't drink alcohol, so I didn't have to worry about cutting alcohol for these 30 days. So I would literally say, if you're going to do these, if you're going to do what I did and you're going to follow this on your own accord, I would recommend you also cutting the alcohol. But I stopped all like the sugar-free juices and all of that. I didn't do any of that. For one, like I said, I needed to focus on inflammation. And so with that, you know, a lot of those have like aspartame in those, and a lot of different, you know, sugar substitutes. And I have to be mindful of like which sugar substitutes are causing me to get inflammation. And so I only drank water, and I did a half of my body weight in ounces every single day. I still do that to this day. And every other day, I drink a sugar-free liquid IV. You want to make sure that you have your electrolyte, because as you're drinking that much water, it's washing out your sodium, it's washing out, you know, the minerals and nutrients of your body. And so you can become dizzy, fatigued, a lot of different things from, you know, you washing out like your sodium levels. So every other day, like I said, I did have an electrolyte, and that was it. Some things that I stopped doing, and this is like a really, really big thing, because it's not about just what to do. It's about also what not to do. And I didn't want to like focus on discipline, like building discipline. That sounds good, but I just don't really have discipline. Like if I want something, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna eat it. Like, but I needed to really have a strategy, and I really needed to have a schedule that was less chaotic. And that's the thing with insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, to be able to start to reverse it, it loves a good strategy. It loves a good stability. It loves to I can't think of the term, but the opposite of chaotic. So I needed things to be intentional. I needed to have a strategy, and I needed to be able to have calm, because I knew that calm calms insulin resistance. Yes, yeah, I did that. I stopped, like I said, grazing. That's number one. I stopped grazing. I stopped snacking. I stopped eating all throughout the day. I only did breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's it. If you're not hungry enough to sit down and eat a whole meal, then you're not hungry. Keep drinking water. Keep getting through it. I stopped emotionally snacking. And so this required a lot. Like this required a lot not to emotionally snack or emotionally eat, because I'm a person who I eat when any type of emotion, sad, happiness, whatever, like I eat. And especially if something triggers me, like I eat. And so during this time, like I was really kind of MIA off the map. I really didn't have a lot of phone calls with people, because I couldn't pre-screen what they would say. If somebody would say something that would trigger me, if I would have to like, you know, stand on business with something, but now like my blood pressure is my heart is a little bit pumping, because I didn't have to stand on business with something, and so now I want to eat. So like a lot of conversations were very limited. Also, a lot of different movies that are triggering, whether it's triggering like a sense of wanting love, a sense of like fear and panic because you're watching something scary, a sense of nervous paranoia because you're watching, you know, that Dateline stuff that be going on, like, and all these, you know, psychopaths and stuff. And so now you have a little bit of paranoia, like, and so you eating while you doing that. All of that type of stuff, like, is a no. Like, it's a no. Everything is literally, you are building a atmosphere of peace. If it doesn't give you extreme peace and happiness and calmness, then it got cut out. Also, I stopped like chasing motivation. I'm like, this is not about motivation. This is about intentionality, and this is about consistency. So this is about intentionality, strategy, and consistency. So I have my 10 days written down. I know pretty much what I'm going to eat. There's things in there for me to eat. I knew what birthdays was coming up, so that, I was going to be the one like getting the birthday cakes and stuff like that. So I was having something for me to be able to eat, and that would still be on path of what I was doing. And so everything was intentional. It wasn't about motivation or this willpower or discipline. It was literally about strategy and intentionality. The thing I stopped doing is I stopped earning food. Like the food that I wanted, I said, what do I want? Okay, how can I make this lower carb? How can I make this to fit in the 7-day window, like of my lower carb, protein, all of that? Or how can I fit it in my complex carb window? And so I don't have to earn this food. Like I can have it now in my windows. Like it's just, I'm cooking it at home. I'm gonna have to modify it a little bit, but I literally get to have the same taste that I'm craving, whether it's something sweet or whether it's some pasta or some bread. Like I'm gonna make my own garlic butters, out of the healthy stuff that I like. It wasn't never like where I had to earn food. Even when it came to my like me hitting the 30-day mark in the 10 pounds, which was my first weight loss goal that I had wanted to hit. I didn't say once I hit it, now I go get to have, the Grinch meal from McDonald's. Like that wasn't what I was rewarding myself with. The last thing I stopped doing is I stopped like overeating. Like once I felt that my body was full and I had to stop. And it's like, stop and drink your water. I stopped going past full. And once you're doing this, it's hard to describe, but you will start to feel your fullness. You probably won't feel it in week 1, maybe not in week 2, but I would say towards the end of week 2, definitely week 3, you will start to feel your fullness cues. You will start to feel your hunger cues. You will really start to know, like, am I hungry or am I bored? You'll start to know, like, am I full or can I take a few more bites? It's gonna be way more easier to know, like, once you start going week by week. And if you guys do this, let me know like what week you were on when you actually started feeling like your hunger and your fullness cues and all of that. So the last thing that I did, you guys, and I'm going to tell you what changed, but the last thing I did when it came to the food, because literally I would say your first 50 pounds, since I lost, 60 pounds altogether, I could say your first 50 pounds is literally what you do in the kitchen. Like your weight loss, I heard a quote, somebody said this yesterday. They said weight loss is made in the kitchen. Building muscle and gaining weight is for you to go to the gym. And so literally your weight loss is going to start in the kitchen. So one of the big things too, like I said, why I started this was because of my insulin resistance, my PCOS symptoms was coming back, and inflammation. And so with inflammation, I started to learn what my body was becoming inflamed by. And so with me, I really can't have red meat. Like it has to be very low. It's a very, once a month type of thing that I'm learning that my body can handle. And so as you're working through this, you will start to see signs of inflammation. If you're bloated, like you're really bloated, that's a sign that you ate something that has made you have inflammation. Prerequisites. 2 things that I did that you have to do. You have to do. You just have to do it. Like you just have to do it. Like literally, like you have to do this. Number 1, it's only 2 things. Number 1, you have to write down what you eat every single day. I don't care if it's a bad day. I don't care if you had pizza. I don't care if you slipped up and you ate. I just need you to write it down. Write down what you eat. I need you to write down what you eat. Every single time you put something in your mouth, every single time, like a sip of your water and your electrolyte, you don't have to write down that. But I need you to write down every single thing you eat. Like, I'm really, really getting locked in on my inflammation, because sensitivities make your body go under stress, which messes up your cortisol, which makes your insulin spike. So write down every single thing that you eat every single day. That's the first thing. Number 2 is, I know I'm going to get some slack for this, y'all. I know I'm about to have a lot of people in the comments saying, like, don't do that. I just know it. I know it, but because I was once one of these people, I know it. But if you are following what I did, this is what I did. This is what I did. Weigh yourself every single morning. Weigh yourself every single morning, guys. Like, because let me tell you, don't look at it to criticize yourself. Do it to get data. And so if you don't have a scale that measures everything, I would say definitely get you one of those scales that measures your visceral fat, your body fat percentage, your water weight. Like, those scales are amazing. But even if you don't have that kind of scale, and you just have a regular old scale, that's fine too, because you'll at least see the number. Listen, I know everything you saying. I know you can look at my videos. I talk about my hate relationship with the scale. The reason why you are doing this is because now you are able to see, hey, when I ate chicken yesterday, I woke up and I was 0.5 pounds heavier. Then, but when I didn't eat chicken for 2 days, my body weight was going down every single day. If that scale changed, you're able to literally look and say, what did I eat? Okay, because you could just think that it was just carbs. It's not just carbs. The scale is measuring your muscle mass, your body fat, your water weight, and I think everybody, but it's not really talked about. It's also when your inflammation. And so I'm telling you, weigh yourself every single day. And when you see that number change, you're able to either find, what your body likes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now those can be added into your staple, or you can find different things your body doesn't like. Now you can replace that with something else. You are literally creating your own meal plan specifically for you. Specifically for your body, what your body responds to, what your body doesn't respond to. And if you had to go buy this from somebody and pay somebody to do that for you, that would be hundreds of dollars. And depending on their following, what type of influence they are, it could be thousands of dollars. So you are literally creating your own meal plan for free. What all changed for me doing this? Like, what changed was, of course, I lost 10 pounds. But it just wasn't the 10 pounds. Like, my hyperpigmentation on my face changed. I had, extreme hyperpigmentation on my neck, on my face. But of course, I don't really have that as much anymore because that changed. Like, I completely seen my body, and my skin change. My bloat. I don't have trouble with bloating. Like, I thought that bloating was normal. I thought that after I ate, I was going to bloat, and that just was normal for me. That changed. Like, that's not a normal thing for me, and it stopped happening once I started really eating like this and doing everything that I just told you guys to do. Of course, inches. Of course, just my sleep. Oh my God, I sleep so good. Like, I be in a deep sleep, y'all. I sleep so good. And I will say, just as a as a thing too, is make sure that you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep. Like, you have to sleep. You cannot be sleeping on 4 hours. If you're not gonna sleep, just click off this video right now, because nothing is gonna work. Like, you need to sleep. You need to sleep at least 8 hours. You need to sleep at least 8 hours. Like, it's non-negotiable. It's just certain things in this video that's just non-negotiable. Go to bed so your body can work for you. Like, go to bed. So, but sleep was so much better. And so I would have trouble at first with insomnia, or I would constantly keep getting up, and once the weeks pass, you guys, even with me sitting there and laying there, once the weeks passed, like, as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was asleep. Supplements also that I took was, I take a multivitamin. You could choose any multivitamin. Just make sure that it has 0 sugar on it. I took potassium. Look up and see how much potassium that you need to take for your body. And I took magnesium. Look up and see how much magnesium you need to take for your body. And I did that every single day. And those were the other components to my electrolytes. So every single day I did that. If you are a person who suffers from inflammation, different autoimmune diseases, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, PCOS symptoms, just chronic inflammation, arthritis, obesity, major obesity, morbid obesity, you suffer from just back pain and things like that, like a lot of different pain and body pain in your body, IBS, a lot of stomach issues, stomach problems. This is who this is for. If you are a person you are trying every single thing, you have got the gym memberships, you are trying to constantly lose weight and you cannot lose weight, this is who this is for. If you are a person who is on a GLP-1 right now, I don't discriminate. If you are on a GLP-1 right now, you need to learn this, because whenever you want to get off of that GLP-1, this is something that you're going to have to learn, because guess what? This makes your body have a natural GLP-1. Your body already has GLP-1. This activates it. I hope this helped. You guys let me know if you try any of these tips before and this is how you did to lose weight, or if you're going to start it and you're going to work what I just said. Put a date in the comment section to let me know when you're going to start this, and whatever day you watching it, let me just tell you that the date better be today. Whatever date that you watching this video, the day you're going to start it going to be today. I don't care if your first 2 meals was a triple cheeseburger from Five Guys. I don't care what your first meal and second meal was. I don't care if you looking at this at 11 o'clock at night. Okay, you starting tonight. Go to bed. Get you some water. So when you get up, you can drink you some water and go to bed right now. Click off that TV. Quit scrolling through videos and all of that stuff on how to lose weight, and go to bed. That's how you can start taking care of your body right now, today. So whatever day that you're watching this, before you click off this video and go to bed, I need you to write today's date, and I need you to go to sleep if it's 11 o'clock. Whatever meal you have, it doesn't even matter. Start now. Start right now. Put the date that you watch this in the comment section so that I can big you up, because we all in this together, you guys. Until next time, I love you.